The quilt was envisioned as a way to commemorate and celebrate the lives of those we've lost to HIV, but also as a hub for community and education. The quilt consists of 84 pieces or rooms. Each room is dedicated to the memory of someone or several someones lost to AIDS. Think of them as stories captured as dioramas. The wonderful thing about the quilt, of course, is that it doesn't have to be folded up or stored. It's available 24/7 and can live in multiple places and grow to any size. Initially, the quilt will live here in Second Life for adults and on Jocadia Grid for kids, with all kinds of connections to social media like wikis, nings, websites, blogs, Facebook, and Twitter. We're especially excited about the quilt for kids, since young people between the ages of 10 and 16 are so at risk for contracting the virus. Rather than try to explain the Jocadia part of the project to you, I'd like to introduce you to the amazing woman spearheading it, Joke Wollongong. Joke?
Thanks so much, Jen, and thanks to everyone for being here. It's really exciting to finally see the beginnings of what I know is going to be a fantastic project. So what I just wanted to say as part of this fantastic event is first a huge thank you to Marty and Jen for inviting Jocadia and the Jocadia community to be a part of this fantastic project, but also maybe to let people know a little bit about who Jocadia is, or what we are and what we do. So to give you a little bit of background, we started in virtual worlds in Second Life in 2007 with the islands of Jocadia. Since then, we've actually expanded out into creating our own virtual worlds environment on OpenSim, and many of you, I'm sure, are out there exploring the hypergrid and all the exciting things that are happening in the open metaverse. What we really aim to do is to create an environment that supports and hosts a range of residents, from students through to educators and also artists and activists. And our aim really is to create a safe space for teaching and learning, where both adults and students can come together to share knowledge and to collaborate, and also to have lots of fun. One of the big things that we do in Jocadia is spend a lot of time supporting each other and collaborating with each other and playing, which I think is really important. And the quilt really offers us some exciting opportunities to do that. To give you a bit of an idea of the kinds of groups that are involved in Jocadia, we have groups that are involved in formal education as well as informal and social learning. So they include school groups, like the Illawarra Grammar School, which we've had in over the last couple of weeks, building spaceships and all those sorts of really groovy, cool things, through to educational consortiums and collaborative groups like VLENS, the virtual learning group from New Zealand, which are doing amazing things.
Just so you know, typically half of all people in HIV become infected before they are age 25, developing AIDS, dying by the time they are 35, and leaving behind an entire generation of children who are parentless. In African countries that have already suffered long, severe epidemics, AIDS is generating orphans so quickly that family structures can no longer cope. Traditional safety nets are also unraveling, as more adults in the community are also dying from HIV-related illnesses, and this is creating larger numbers of orphans than have ever been known before. Families and communities can barely fend for themselves, let alone take care of orphans, and so what's more, children orphaned by AIDS suffer severe emotional, social, educational, and health impacts. So there is an urgent need to help care for and protect these children.
In this tapestry, your heart, it is so tender and compassionate. If only our society could accept you just as you are, they'd see you like I do.
battlefield's pains, and when they contract AIDS, it's you and me who wave at them in the parades, and go home feeling good that we did what we should. They die alone, often without a home. Hold on a minute, don't run away. This has taken me a long time to say. Stop holding your head, take your hands from your ears. What you need to hear is that it's the soldier on the front and the soldier in the rear, the bomber in the sky, the protester who questions why. It's you, it's me, who is accountable for every single one of the enemy's dead. Thank you.
Wow. It says Quilt Contributor Tour. It'll give you a note card that has LMs to each of the rooms on the quilt. And then you can go to any of the ones you'd like. There's Jazz. Hi, Scott. So I'm over here to your right. And you'll notice there's an easel that says Quilt Contributor Tour. If you touch that, it'll give you a note card that gives you a landmark to each of the contributors' pieces.